Hey, g'day guys, it's Adam from VideoShowMeHow, and in this video we're going to be continuing the build on the D-MAX with some nice simple mods today. We're going to be installing the P33 Auto Windows module from Trac Electronics. This is a pretty cool kit and it's nice and simple to install. Let's get started. This is a super comprehensive kit. It comes with absolutely everything you need, which is awesome to see, right down to the zip ties, to the trim removal tool, to the adhesive for the module itself, which is just awesome to see. And what it does is when you have your vehicle, in this case well obviously the D-MAX, but they do have modules for all sorts of different makes and models, it controls, gives the windows some extra control, some extra functionality. So basically you can have everything totally open, totally unlocked, and because this has got the proximity sensor as well, you can basically just walk away, and with the extra smarts in that module, it will also wind up all your windows as part of the full locking sequence. So pretty cool and nice and simple. So let's get started in installing it. So this is everything that you get with the kit. You have the smarts of the operation, which is the module itself, the adhesive tab to put it in place, the fully sorted little wiring loom here, complete with fuse, sheathing, the whole box and dice, really high quality. You've got all your little zip ties and even a trim removal tool, which is pretty awesome. So let's get this into this. So everything we do here is from the driver's door, and all the modules are located behind here. So effectively what we're doing here is removing the entire door card. But before we do anything, we need to actually lower the window itself. So make sure you lower the driver's window. Then the first thing we want to do is remove the quarter panel, and to do that you can see that there's a little screw here. So grab your Phillips head screwdriver, unscrew this guy, and then if you need to, use your trim removal tool to pop that out. And then once you've got that guy out, just come around the side here and the whole thing just pulls up and out. Then you can just put that aside, you're good to go there. And then the next step is to remove the armrest itself. So grab your trim removal tool, and then you want to start working away along here. There's going to be white clips about there and there, and then in the middle there's a little grab section that you need to push together. And it's easier if you get your hand under here as well as sort of levering under here at the same time. And then at the back here you'll see that there's a number of green clips like we've seen before, so they just pop up and out. And then in the front here, now there's a little white section in there. It's basically sort of a little arrow like this, and it clips down through, so you've got to kind of depress both of those sides in at the same time. Best thing to do that is to either get some long nose pliers and press those two guys together, or get a tool, a circlip tool going inwards, and then basically put that in there, jam those two together and pull up and out at the same time. And that's what that looks like. So you can see kind of what I was talking about there. That sort of sits in there just like that. You want to get your pliers in just on that top section there, so that way the whole thing can come up and out. Then you can put this guy aside and move on to the next step. Now the next step is to remove the window fascia module here itself, and basically there's a little lug up the top here, so we're going to start down this end, and the whole thing should sort of swivel up that way so you can remove it and unplug it. You do have a handy access port here as well, which you can just sort of give it a solid tug there, and then that's where you can start getting access underneath. So just take your time and the whole module will pop out just like that. And then once you're at this stage, you can see we've got one clip there, another clip there. We just need to remove both of those harnesses. Now you can see there the standard depress and pull modules, so it's just a matter of getting your thumb in there, pulling apart at the same time. And then once both of those are removed, you can set this aside as well. Now we're getting close to having the whole door card being able to be removed. You can already see we have one Phillips head there, we got another Phillips head there, but there is another one and it is hiding behind here. So you want to get your trim removal tool here. You can see the gap just in there, so you want to get it in there, pull this section out just like that, conveniently caught by the door card, set that aside, and there's our additional Phillips head just in there. So the next part is just removing all three of those screws. Right, so the next step is to remove the whole door card itself, which should be pretty straightforward. You want to start down near the speaker. There'll be a little bit of a lip you can hang on to just around the front here and give it a solid pull, just like that, and it should pretty well come away. Just double check like that, and then you should be able to lift the whole panel off. And once you're here at this point, there are these couple of clips that work your door lever itself, so you can see in there there's just a couple of little clips. So using these couple of clips here, it's just a matter of popping these out, and you can see how that works there. That's one, and the second one here as well. It just pops out there like that. Then you can move the whole door card, set it aside. Now at this point, grab your brain, your module, grab the adhesive. You want to put the adhesive on the back just like that. And then get your adhesive pulled off, ready to go. And you want to install this guy behind your door card, just above the styrofoam there. You can fit him in nice and neatly just in there. Now next part is to grab your harness. In your door itself, we want to connect into the central locking loom here and then run it down to the rest of our window module. Now I've already installed the Trac's mirror module here as well. The window module that we're installing today is perfectly compatible with this. So if you had that module, this is what it's going to look like once it's installed, funnily enough. Check out the install video up the top here. You want to find on your loom the grey and purple wires and start there. So this is just a patch cable. You want to get the end that connects in. This section is what you want to pull out. So you want to get in there and just remove it like that. Plug in your replacement until it clicks. Now normally you would just route that down there just like this. Now I've got the module for the mirrors, the auto mirrors. So it's just a matter of then connecting that into our secondary harness, clip it into place. From here, we want to route it just like this one. So it's a matter of just loosening off your extra slack here, running it up and under your actual door lock mechanism down towards the rest of our gear down here. So once you've routed the purple and the grey, you just want to make sure that this is all nice and tucked away like that. So get your zip ties that came with the kit and zip them into place. And then down the bottom here, don't worry about this one here. This is what goes through to our mirror module there. That's what connects into there. So factory wise, you should have 1 and 2. So we don't need to worry about this front one for our auto mirror module. We only need to concentrate on the big fat guy. Once again, this orange loom is part of the auto mirror module, so if you haven't installed that, you won't have that. You'll just have these colored wires at the top, but they're the same plug. It's the same sort of deal. So if you get your auto mirror module, and you'll see that you basically only have 2 sort of plugs. You've got the one with 4,000 pins there, 26 pinner, that goes into the module itself. And then you should only have an in and an out basically, which are designed to connect straight into that. So it's just a matter of connecting those up, and then you should have the opposite end. Then you just have your big long connector here, which is connecting straight into the module itself. Next step is grabbing your door card itself, sitting it up on top of your sill at the top here, and routing your 2 orange connectors that will go into your window switches through our big hole here. And then at the same time, get the long connector and connect him into the brains of the operation. And then once they're all connected and you have your 2 connectors hanging out the front, ready to put the window module back in, don't forget to sort out your door lock. So it's using these guys here. Once again, it's just a matter of getting our ball lock there. That sits in there like that, and then you clip down the white section in there like that, and then you get the top guy, drops in the hole like that, bend him forward, and same story, this slots in and home like that. Once you've got them in place and everything is nice and neat, it's then just a matter of gently does it, sitting this guy back into position. Now take your time here. You want to just make sure that each of these little white Christmas tree connectors here, they go into their appropriate little holes here. So you just want to make sure everything's all nice and lined up, and then give it a firm tap and it will lock back into place just like that. And you should be left with our 2 connectors here for our window module, and we can button the rest of it back up. First part, grab your screws, 1, 2, and the extra guy up the top here. Once your screws are in place, you can start reinstalling trim pieces. So start with the door lock section, and that one can get reinstalled. Then get the window module itself, and you should have 2 plugs. You should have the skinny one for the top, the fat one from the bottom. They're pretty straightforward. They just clip into place. Then just take your time. This needs to get slotted back into position in there. You can see that there's a little lip here that needs to hook underneath here. So just slot it down at the front to start with till the little lip grabs, and then the rest should be able to just push down into position. And next, grab your armrest, and you can see that there's a number of green little tabs, and they go in each of these slots, so it's just a matter of lining it all up. Then at the front, you got a couple of white ones and our little arrow, our downwards arrow. The downwards arrow needs to go down into there. So just sort of take your time, get everything lined up, and then push it home. And then finally, our lucky last trim piece, which is the quarter panel, which should go on that way. It's pretty straightforward. You just want to get this little white Christmas tree that needs to go into there. So you just sort of want to slot him down, line him up, just like that. And we're just missing something, which means we've got a screw left over. That just slots straight into there like that. Grab your Phillips head. And there we go, all back together. Now, let's give it a test. So once again, how this should work, being the auto window module, it does a couple of things. It turns everything into a one press. So if we turn in our accessories here, double tap that, then we should be able to one press for the window to go up. That's normal, but we can now do the same for that side, and also for that side. But I reckon the coolest thing it does is if all of our windows are down, say you're, I don't know, whatever, you're at the shops, and then you want to lock up the car, you're going into work, you're going to the shops, whatever the case is, turn the ignition all off so it's like it would be. You get out, you close the door, and then with the key, or with the case of the X-Terrain proximity key, you can walk away. But just so I can show you, we lock the car, rear windows go up. Once they're closed, front windows go up. How awesome is that? So you can totally leave everything totally open. We've got the case where we've got the auto mirrors, that's installed as well, so they've gone in, and I just reckon that's fantastic. Now the module's got a whole bunch of different features. I'll put them all in the description below so you can check all of it out. Now linked in with the auto mirror module, that's pretty awesome. It all works in tandem. There is an option with this module as well, so that you can have it, these guys would stay in until you actually start the car. So that sort of stops if you are mucking around with your windows up and down, that sort of stuff. Rather than this opening, closing, it would only open when the car actually starts. So there you go, guys. That is the install of the Trac Electronics auto window module. If you want to get your hands on this particular module, I will leave all the details in the description below. They are really good value and really well put together kits, so I encourage you to check them out. And if you're interested, of course, grab one for yourselves. You've now got a nice install video. If you want to check out the rest of the videos that we've made so far for the D-MAX, there's quite a few. I think we're up to about 8 or 9. You can check the D-MAX playlist and check them all out. I love nice and easy mods like this, but there are some beefier ones on the way. We have some suspension happening. We have full 12-volt system, lithium, red arc, the whole works is going in the back there. I'm pretty excited about that. Waiting for one more part to arrive, and you're going to see those videos probably in the next couple of install videos, the next sort of 2 or 3, so keep an eye out for that. If you did find this video helpful, as always, give it a bit of a thumbs up if that's your style. Leave me a comment on what you reckon about these modules. I reckon they're pretty cool. If you like what I do, you like what you see here, and you're keen to support, the best way that you can do that is actually to share it with anyone that you think may also get value out of the video. You know, share it on your socials, that kind of deal. That's probably the best way that helps the channel, and I would really appreciate it. More than anything though, guys, as always, I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.